Guys, so having done the service for my Waja, now it's time for my E39 to go for its post-MCO service at my regular mechanic here in Petaling Jaya. Thus far, the car has been running smoothly, no major issues, but I have been getting the trifecta warning of warning lights. So it's the ABS warning light and the traction control warning light. Both these come out, and usually, and this was been confirmed, all right, in a previous visit, that it's the wheel speed sensor. So that is a quick fix. I'm going to have that changed. Also going to swap in a going to put in new engine oil. All right, once again from Camloop. With the Waja, I use 10W30. With the E39, I'm using 10W40. And okay, so I'm going to do that. And also, I've asked the mechanic to check for any other faults that may arise. I've also specifically asked, after my recent experience with the Waja, I specifically asked for him to have a look at the fuel pump to see if if that is in need of any preventive change. Okay, so here's the oil that we're using for the E39, Camloop 10W40. Great. All right. This is already the oil that's been used in the car, so I'm just continuing with that grade. Thus far, very happy with its performance. Yep. And if you guys are interested to purchase this oil, okay, call the number that I'm flashing on the screen here. All right. So just to show you, no major issues with the car, but mechanic did detect a small leak here of oil, potentially from the valve cover or the valve cover gasket. So I've asked him to open this up to inspect it, but otherwise he found no further issues, no other leaks, nothing. The car is relatively healthy. The transmission is returning one error code, which he highlights to be a leak from the gearbox valve body. So there's nothing that needs to be done with it now. Nothing can be done about it right now. So it is something that I just have to keep a close eye on. All right, and later on, quite much further down the road, one shot, give the transmission a major overhaul. Okay, so I've actually collected the E39 back from the mechanic for over a week already. Car has been running smoothly, but to recap, this was actually a relatively uneventful service. Since the last time this car went to the workshop, it had only clocked about 3,000 kilometers. That was around October. Then after that, it spent a month in the paint shop. So yeah, because basically, right, what happened was, once I got the car out of the workshop, the previous service, it went straight into the paint shop. So I did not, so basically I counted 6 months from the date the car left the paint shop, and that was sometime during the MCO period. And when they went from CMCO to RMCO, I thought, okay, it's a good time to send the car in for a full checkup and all. Okay, so did an oil change this time. Once again, like my previous oil change, this oil change was sponsored by Camloop. Very generously gave me about 6.5 liters, 7.5 liters actually of 7.5 liters of oil, of 10W40 oil. Of course, this car actually only needs 6.5 liters, but when you drive a Continental car, you always want to keep 1 liter spare in the boot just in case you need to top up. And speaking of oil, when the mechanic checked the car, he found a slight oil leak coming from the top of the engine, which is traced to the valve cover gasket. Now, the valve cover gasket was actually one of the very first things that I changed when immediately after purchasing the car. But that time, I think that change was done at once. I think they gave me an OEM valve cover gasket. Lasted me, I think, for about 1.5-2 years, and now it's giving a slight leak again. And this time around, since I've got nothing much else to fix, I decided to splurge a bit and went for an original valve cover gasket that cost about $200 okay. But that's about it. Engine wise, everything else is healthy. The other fault that I have is that I have what they call the trifecta, which is the ABS warning light and the traction control light both coming on together. Basically, that points to a wheel speed sensor issue that was replaced. The mechanic sourced a used unit. I also inquired the price of a new original one. That's about $500. So it got me a used original one for a fraction of the price. Yeah. So yeah, that's it, done. So that really was all that was changed. This service cost me in total about 500 ringgit. Yep, and I have to say, pretty good, feels good. The shout out once again to the sponsors, Camloop for the oil, and well, just to give you a bit of feedback, this engine was already running on Camloop since I think 2 or 3 oil changes ago. So thus far it behaves really smoothly, and yeah, it has the engine has I've grown increasingly to appreciate the behavior of this engine. Even though with 170 horsepower, it's not particularly fast, but there is that creaminess in the way the engine revs, right? That you know, it really gives you a sense of occasion every time that you drive it. And the best part is, I don't have to drive the car very fast to enjoy. Even right now, on pedestrian speeds, I'm taking what 1,500 RPM, 2,000 RPM. There's still a nice humming feel coming from the engine that's very pleasant to drive. Yeah. So for your next oil change, contact this number that I'm flashing on the screen. It's fantastic quality oil, all the way from the United States. It's ester based, so it is a very stable oil that lasts you through, you know, over a longer period of guys. So that's it for today's video, and yeah, just as a gentle reminder to everybody, as we return to you know, a semblance of our old normal life, all right, as we start to use our cars more and more, as we travel more and more, particularly if your cars have been lying idle for much during the MCO period, it'll be a great idea, yeah, just to pay the workshop a visit and check that, you know, everything in your car is in working order. Okay, so yeah guys, thank you for watching, and if this video has been useful to you, please hope you can help me with, you know, by clicking like and the subscribe button. Okay, so until my next video guys, I'll see you again. Take care and stay safe.